Hello and welcome. I hope that you're all right and you've had a good day yesterday, and I hope your weekend's going fine. Mine's surely going all right. Before I start, I just wanted to say to Julie, thank you so much for your pictures. I only received a couple, but I really did like them. And I think there was the Halloween one that I received as well. And that was beautiful. Really had outstanding colours that really matched the sign in the centre. As I say, always pick out flowers that go with either your colour of your ribbon or the sign that you're using. Whatever colour's in the sign, that's the colour you need to be doing for your wreath. And I will do a Christmas wreath soon, Julie. I'm just waiting for my delivery to come of my wreaths as well for my Christmas stock. And I'll just do a video on a Christmas wreath, a basic one for you. As for going live, and thank you for saying that you'd be there as well. I've just got to pluck up the courage a little bit more. I've got used to doing these videos now. I'm quite comfortable doing them. But as of a live, you know, I've got to get out my laptop, bring it in here, and I'm not sure whether I can get a connection or not. So on that side of it, we'll just have to see. But I'm only going to do a short video today because I've got my bookkeeping to do and it needs to be sent into my accountants this week. So I'm just doing a small one, and plus I've got guests coming round as well. So I thought I'd get it done before they come round in about 3 hours. So let's give it a go. Right, what I'm going to do today is the whisks, the little whisks that I've shown you, two in what I got from B&M, and I've already put the oasis in and I've attached them underneath with the loop here at the top onto the stainless steel one at the bottom, and I've just opened it out and put in the oasis and then just rub my hand around it to shape it so it's in. So I know it looks weird. This is the first time I've had a go at doing two whisks. I've done one, but a bigger one, but not two together. So I've decided to go in like a blue theme, slightly icy colour, you know. I'm not sure, I may put a ribbon on the top if I'm being quite honest. I've been looking at my ribbon before I started, and I actually may just grab some and make up a tiny bow to attach up here and perhaps stick it around here. So again, I forgot to move my chair, so let's get my chair out my way before my cat comes as well. And I've been researching as well, ordering more ribbon and things like that. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, for our foliage, I've got lamb's ear. With it being obviously flocked and very smooth, it looks quite frosty colour, so I thought let's get some of this in, and perhaps, you know, I'll dot them around. I can't part them. Dot them around. I may even just cut the odd little bit off of one stem and dot them around, because I haven't got much room at all, because these are only mini whisks. So I've just got a few of my just cut a few of my fern off, the rubbery texture, and I either may add that for a bit of darkness to it as well. I did get out also just one of the stems that I've been cut off and I've been using, some of my maple, just to add a different colour alongside the lamb's ear. And to go with that, I've only got 3 stems of my flocked, also fern, which is very wispy and it gives the movement of your arrangement. I may actually go all the way around it because I'm thinking of doing that. So if you put it somewhere, you could have it with its, you know, hanging from what you'd have a hanging basket, or you could also just put a nail in your shed or in your wall or something like that, but have quite a long nail so you'd be able to see all around it. And I've also got out some feather fern. I got this from Dunelm. These are £2.50 a stem. They're bigger than these, but I've been chopping on this one. So, and that's a bit icy colour as well. So I thought we could add a little bit of that, and it's airy and it's wispy with it as well. I thought I may add some green grass. They've got little bits of like seeds on some of them at the top, and I thought they would be nice coming out also as a wispy bit. I have cut three pieces off of ivy. I may add a bit more because I was considering putting the ivy around, if I show you, around the stem of it there, and maybe one up there. I may need some more of that. I did grab some more of my oddments out of my oddments, like my salal and things like that, to perhaps if there's any gaps. There may not be, but if there is, I've got it out. I've also got out my pussy willow, so I thought with that being a slight blue, I'll bring this round because I didn't show it you up front, but it's got quite a bluey grey, which looks lovely, like an icy colour, and it's got little feathers as well. Feathers, oh my goodness, little leaves on as well. So I thought we could incorporate that into it just to give it a different dimension. So I am going to use some of our blossom. Now this is a wonderful, wonderful colour, and that's like an icy blue as well. So we're going to put some of that in also. And then I've got some little offcuts of my other blossom, but with a different colour of blue. It's like a bluey grey and small offcuts, and I thought I'd use those and incorporate those. And for a different type of blue, you see I'm working with a lot of blossoms today. So with a different type of blue, I've got a very vibrant blue, but this is a miniature blossom. So I thought I may have that could like really make it stand out. And I've also got some wild poppies. I probably won't use a lot, I may use them all, who knows, we'll see as we go along. But we'll add those in because they're blue and then they go lighter in the centre. And to add a bit of white, I thought I'd put some of my, I've got a bunch here, but I thought I'd put some of my globe fern in as well and add that to it also. And of course, like you, Julie, you're hooked on them. I'm so pleased you're hooked on them. They are wonderful. So, white calla lilies. So, I'm adding some of those. I've got to, because I like the movement. I may add them going down. I don't want them sticking out, or they may be coming up. It's either up or down. That is it. So, we're going to get started. And let's hope my cat doesn't come in today. Oh, I was looking at analysing the video, and oh my good gracious me, when I was analysing that video, all I kept seeing was his back end. And I thought, oh gosh, turn around, everybody can see what they don't want to see. And also him licking himself today. He cleans himself more than me. You know, he's constant. So, so I thought, right, let's hopefully, I mean, he's sat on the front at the moment. I've spotted him. He's on the front on one of my benches. So let's hope he stays there. If he doesn't, oh well, never mind. He can come in. I don't mind it. So to start with, I want to be attaching our ivy first, because I want that to sit on it and get that in place, and so, you know, make sure that that's all right and it's not gonna, you know, it's in there and it's gonna cover the handles on here. So let me just cut it on the ends. I'm not covering these because it's a waste of time. They're only tiny. So I'm going to go, I think, to be quite honest, they are 7.5 inches long. So that's not big. Really not big. And I hope they're not two inches. Let's have a look. Oh, they are. 2 inches widest point at the bottom. I keep picking up things with 2 inches on. I don't know what's wrong with me. So let's get this ivy in and let's see how it's going to look. So first of all, I'm going to put that under there. And if you wish, you could just tuck a leaf, because you can move these here, and just put a leaf underneath it, one of the little wires there. I don't really know what to call them, but part of the whisk anyway. And I'm cutting all the stems really short, because the depth of it, you're looking at 1.5 inch depth, so you really need to be careful on how far you cut your stems. So we'll do another one. And what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to attach it on the top and bend it over. Just hold it a second while it sticks. There you go. And then again, if you want to, just pop a little leaf behind, so you've got that vertical of your leaves are all going down in a vertical movement. Now, because we've got the fern, I'm going to take them off the stem. I'm not going to put a fresh one on, because if I put a fresh one on, they're going to be about there, and I'm going to be wasting my wire. So I just want to hang these coming down, and maybe the odd one sitting up. So we'll put a few of those in. If they do need a wire stem and they won't go in, then I will put a wire stem in. So we'll get that one in first. I may glue that on. I'm going to leave that just to hang like that until I finish, and then I will attach it perhaps to another flower or a leaf or something like that. So again, take the stems out and save the stems as well, because they will come in handy for something else that you may be doing if you've not got any. And then I'm going to go further down here. I'm not going to do it mirror image. I'm going to spread the fern around and let it just hang in its natural position, and then that will be great, and it'll look lovely like that, because again, like I say, we've not got much room. It's going to be very tight to get a lot of things in, so I really do need to keep it quite, short. Pull that one out. It's fun. It's fun doing things that you wouldn't think you could make a flower arrangement from. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to put that one there. There's a smaller one here. And if I pulled them out and, if I decide, nobody wants to buy it, then I decide I want to take it apart, then I will add my wire stems back in to make it long again, so I can reuse it. We may put one I'm going to put some at the back as well. I'm not just going to put them where you can see them at the front. So I will dot some around at the back, because again, it's going to be a 360, but not very wide, because you've not got that room. I was even considering thinking perhaps getting a potato masher as well and having a go at that. That would be good fun. Or maybe a sieve, and using a sieve and doing it with that, and just doing the flower arrangement inside. And this will probably start to look quite big once it's completed. Now I've got one more, and I'm going to put that right at the bottom for the length. I'm not putting too much glue on it, because it doesn't need it. It's very, fine, and we don't want too much glue to the point where you can't do nothing with it. Let's have a look. Oh, isn't that different? I love trying different things out. I really do. And again, you could try absolutely anything. You hunt around your house, more kitchen alias, you know, where hunt around. I mean, I've been looking through my cupboards in the kitchen, looking at things, and I'm thinking, I've got to have a good clear out, because the majority of my things in there I just don't use, because I'm not a fantastic cook. You know, we had a barbecue, we've got barbecue, and we've had to get rid of it. It got rusty outside. It was one of those with a gas bottle, a big one. We decided, you know, it's getting rusty, it's not looking good. So we got rid, but I kept all the stuff to do it with. I mean, and they're really long like this. Why? I don't know. I may use those to make a flower arrangement. You see? Anything like that. Absolutely anything. Some people have those, you know, the toilet roll baskets. You can make a flower arrangement in that. Put a bit of weight at the bottom. Just put some oasis in and have your florals coming out from the top. And you can spray it if it, I mean, my toilet basket is in wicker, grey wicker. So I could pop things through the wicker, you know, and make that look good as well. And do it like that. Plenty of ideas. There's nothing saying that you can't make anything, you know, with your household things that you may be throwing away. I've done many of them, and people love them because it's different, and I'm all about different. I don't copy, as you know. I just like to have something different hanging about, some ideas to give other people what they may not have thought about, and thought, well, that's good, you know. And I tend to like to think about budget, because there's not people out there who can afford these big wreaths. I mean, I do big wreaths, but mine, you know, I do use my top flowers on them, what are really expensive, and I can sell them from £60 upwards. You know, there's not people who can afford that. And I also do, you know, cater for people who haven't got a lot of money, but I also make sure they look spectacular at the same time, because, you know, there's nothing in the world that's saying because people haven't got money, then you've got to give them something horrid or something what's looking cheap. No, you put all your effort into it, no matter what, and give them something spectacular. And that is how I always think. I don't agree with, you know, people being judgmental, you know, on how people, what people can afford, because that's wrong, very, very wrong. When you're in a florist business, you have to cater for people who have money, people who don't have money, or people who, you know, working class, who have a little bit. You have to cater for all needs. And I'm not a judgmental person. Far from it. I just love what people do, the creations. Again, like I say, it inspires me and, you know, gives me good ideas. And again, like I say, I don't copy. I just like to see what people do and then create my own design. That's all I do. So, you know, I don't like to see people who judge people by what they are or how much money they've got. That's a terrible, terrible thing. Because when I first started doing flowers, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money to cater, you know, for big, expensive flowers. So I had to budget. And budget I did. I really did. And still to this day, to some places I go back, even though the flowers are cheap, you know, even like Shein and Temu, the flowers are cheap. But believe me or not, when they arrive, you can get some beautiful flowers for a knockdown price. You know, why go and get something what you know, for example, hypothetically, you could get from Temu what could be 97 pence for one bunch. It comes and gets delivered to you and they're beautiful. Or would you go somewhere expensive, you know, and buy the same sort of flower or very similar for £5 a bunch? No. You know, Why do that? Especially when you're beginners, you know, you'll never have any money if that's what you're going to do. You honestly, you'll never have any money. You need to learn to budget. And all what's bothered, the people are bothered about is the finishing touches and how you've completed it. Not what it looks, you know, not what sort of flowers they are, where you got them from. They're not interested in that. They're just interested in the design and your creative mind and how you've, you know, done something for them. And I'm a true believer of that. So, and I'm very enthusiastic. I will help absolutely anyone. I'm a workaholic, as you can see. Excuse me. Today, bank holiday, and I'm working. Hey, who cares? You know, people want to order, you know, I want to give them something nice. So that's what I'm doing. And it relaxes me doing flowers. It really does relax me. So, good on all you that are coming up with these nice designs. Good on you, Sandra. Good on you, Julie. You know, and everybody else. Well done. You're doing a fabulous work. Keep it up, because I'm a true believer. You can only get better. Practice makes perfect. And you've heard that many times from people, and it surely is true. So if you make a mistake, don't downgrade yourself and think, why, you know, why can't I do it like whoever can do it and things like that. You have to let your mind, you know, come into it. There was a stage where I was like that. Why can't I make mine like hers or his? In the end, it eventually clicked. My style clicked and I just got on with it. And people loved it. So it's all about your own style. I just wanted to inform you of all these sort of things because, again, people can be, you know, you copy people and you'll never have your own style and you'll run out of ideas. You really will. And again, you can't please everybody. You know, I can't please everybody. There's people who look at my work and go, oh, no, I don't like that. That's fine. You know, that's fine. I don't take it to heart. I really don't. Right, less of me chatting. We're putting in the lambs here. And we're making it more strong. As you can see, it's started to look bigger than you think. You know, and I'm just putting odd bits around. And I'm not pushing them right in because I need the space for everything else. So I'm only pushing them in at least perhaps about 3mm. That's less than half a centimetre. So you don't really need to push them in far. And some may look backwards, but that's all right because you turn it round and it's facing and it's that way. So if you have it on a piece of string, it's going to move around. So people are wanting to see it all the way around. So bear that one in mind. And it's like these as well, the maple leaves. I think one's tangled around, yeah. I'm not going to use a big stem on these. And if you can see, I'll bring it up and show you how little I'm cutting this. That is how small it is. And that, if you can see better there, I'm going to push it right up to the neck. So it holds in there. So that is as much as I'm putting in, because if I push it through, it's going to start make it all crumble because there's not much there. So you need to be extremely careful with it. So again, I'm just pushing it right to the neck and sitting it there. And I'm doing the same with this one, small again. So you don't need to have the long stems especially when you're doing things like this. We're going to put one here, push it all the way into the top of the neck. Even though it's sitting there, I mean, I don't mind that showing because I actually like that. I really do. So if it bounces back like that one, that's okay. That's really okay. And I'm going to put one up here on this side. And again, just put a little bit of glue on. Enough for it to sit inside. And I'm going to put that one there. So I'm just going to have a look, because I've got one there. I'm going to put one here, and then that will be enough from that. I won't put any more in, because they are quite big leaves, and if you're wanting to put flowers in, I mean, you could just do this in greenery or something like that. So I'm going to push this one behind here. And just be careful as you're putting it in, because it will be, you know, it may, you know, bend or anything like that. And it may like quickly get your oasis and it may crumble it. So just be gentle with these. So I don't need no more lambs here. In fact, I could put one here at the bottom. So I'll just put a little bit, cut a bit off of this. Again, just with a short stem. And just a tiny bit, well, not a tiny bit, enough to hold it in. So I'm going to put one here actually. So it's like that. Right, we're going to use our grass. Now the grass doesn't have anything in it. I'm not going to use all that. I'm going to cut the grass off altogether. And all I'm going to do is get a little bit of the wire, just a tiny bit, excuse me, and I'm just going to go around the bottom of the leaf onto the wire, and then that's it. And then I'm cutting it around there, so it's got about a centimetre of this wire left on it. And because this can curl, I'm going to curl and make little ringlets, because I don't want it always all sticking up all the time. Not with this. I've got the calla lilies to do my job for that. So this is just a little bit of fun that I want to add in. And just keep going until you're happy with the curl. And that's all I'm doing, like that. And that will go here. And this gives the airiness and the wispy. Like I say, I'm all about my wispy bits, because it makes it always look natural. And I'm going to stick that coming from the top, just out the side there. And I'm going to do the same with another one. They are good, these. I love these. I always say invest in some, because they're great. They add texture, they add movement, they add, you know, the wispiness, the airiness, and also fun. And again, I'm doing the same, just cutting it short, and then I'm just going to curl a few. I'm not doing them all the same curl, you know, all the same height. I'm doing them in different heights, you know, so some will stand slightly taller than the others, like that. But I don't want to do it too high, because it may look, you know, a bit silly doing it too high. So I'm going to put that one in there and let that one just hang out. And let's do another couple. I want sort of one or two around the back as well. It's great fun, guys, because floristry isn't just all about gift boxes. In fact, one of the gift boxes I've got, what I've got an order to do, I've already put the bow on it, but she wants a bouquet. So there it is. She wants all greens and whites, and I've got plenty of these gift boxes under here. And you can, I always attach the bow on first, and then do the flowers and put them in. And I've got, like I say, I've got many colours, but floristry isn't just about this. Gift boxes or bouquets, or obviously funerals, which for some people obviously sad times, or weddings. The main things, it's not just about them. Floristry is about creation. It's about creating something unusual, something unique and different for people for it to catch people's eye and think, I've never seen one of those before. I'm going to buy that. So it's not just sticking to the same style. Honestly, guys, it's not. There's more to floristry than bouquets, you know, weddings and funerals and wreaths. There really is. I found that out many years ago. You know, I was watching the market on people, what they was buying, and I've spoken to people, and they're looking for something different, you know, and I thought, well, I can give them something different. I will give them something different. Here I am, making little things like this. But you know what? I'm always up for the challenge. I really am. If somebody brought, I was actually, I'll be honest with you, going through my wardrobe and got an old pair of high heels that I hardly ever worn, you know, because I think they was too high and they crippled my feet. As you get older, you'll find that. I used to wear 6-inch heels, but not no more. I think I've gone down to 3. So, but I've got a pair, and I was thinking of getting them, putting the heels together, putting Oasis in, and making a nice arrangement. So it's not just about your kitchen stuff, but shoes as well. Use your shoes. You know, they will make excellent displays. And you don't see those around very often either. I don't think I've actually seen any, to be quite honest. So I can say to my husband, I'm going to give that a go. I really am with the shoes. Right, I'm not going to use no more grass. So we'll put that away. Oh, I've got another one here, look. I'll put that one away as well. So yeah, try and, you know, I always would say to people, think outside the box. Because there's a lot of people who are wanting you to do that. They want you to think outside the box. They want something different. And you're the person to do it for them. You know, as much as I do love wreaths, I really do like making wreaths. It's one of my favourites. It really is. But I have to think outside the box. And I have to create something new. Or try to create something what may have been out, but I'm trying to make something different. Right, I'm putting the feather fern in. I hope I've that, you know, that's helped. Excuse me. And I hope, you know, that you've that gets your mind thinking, because honestly it will. So I'm going to dot some. Just going to take it off and go behind here and just place some things around the back. See, doesn't that look lovely? Already, just around. I think that looks really sweet. Different. So, yeah. Even my husband used to say to me, you've got to try to think of something that nobody else has thought of. That's hard. That really is hard. And believe me, to this day, I find that hard. But I can do it. I just have to, you know, give myself a bit of time to think. And then I just spot something and it just pops up in my head. So give it a go, guys. And I'm sure you'll all be wonderful. Even different shaped vases if you're doing a vase arrangement. I mean, I've done pedestal arrangements. Oh gosh, what did I say? What did I say? It's glue, you don't want to eat it. Here we go. My favourite song, here we go again. Don't be naughty today. Honest, oh goodness gracious me. I have to work around him. Yeah, Marley. I know. No, no. Oh, God. Play with this one. Here. 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 Play with that. Chew it. Because I know you will. Look, be careful because I've got... Don't chew that one. Oh, guys. Here's me thinking I was going to have a peaceful day. I think he likes to be on telly. Or video, should I say. And I'm just adding these in, like I say, just to give it that frosty look. And to make it, you know, so it's not just all greenery. I'm going to put one at the bottom. Oh my God, gracious me, get your bum out my face. No, 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 no. Let's have a look. I'll take it off here so I can see where else I want to put one of these. So that's there. There's some here at the bottom. So now I know. And that'll be all I'm putting in of these. Because again, I've got quite a few florals. You was outside on the front. Couldn't you stay there? Couldn't you stay there? Eh? Oops. No, 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 no. Oh, you're a torment for me. Much as I love you. Right. I'm going to put in, oops, just probably 3 of my pussy willow. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut down. I don't want it big, so I'm going to cut down those. Look, it's looking because it's round. Look, look, get ready. There you go. And again, these are on short stems as well. So just to add a little bit of texture. And you can bend these, you know, if you want to manoeuvre them so they look a bit more natural. Oh guys, does anybody else have a pet that's mischievous? I'm going to put one hanging under here. So that's sticking out from there. And again, I'm bending them all in a, you know, in a weird position, you know, just so it's not upright like that. And I think I'm going to put one here. And this is slightly on a longer stem, but this is coming out to the side. And I'll bring it out like that. Yes, okay, okay, I can see you. Oh, goodness gracious me. Move out Mummy's way. Don't chew. And again, adding a little bit of white. Just clean the stems. I've got this on a small stem as well. And I'm going to pop that one in just so it pops out at the side. You like those? You like anything? Anything? Play with that then while I do this. I'm going to put one at the back. Let me just take this off. So that can hang from the back there. Don't look at me like that. You're a naughty boy. You must have ears like satellite dishes knowing when I'm in here. You really, really must. I'm just going to lift one slightly up to give it that natural movement. Let me just again take it off. Let's have a look where one needs to be. Any on the back? Got one on the back. Yeah, we'll put one at the back at the bottom. Oh my goodness, let's turn it around this way. Like that. I don't want a lot of those in. See, now he wants them. In fact, I might put some pussy willow at the back as well. So let's turn it back round at the back. A small one. And let's see how far. Oh, these are on paperback, so. Oh, I've got one on its own. Oh, gosh, these are hard. See if I can pull that one out. No, oh, I broke it, so no. I'm going to cut this slightly shorter. No, 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 no. Come away from that glue pan. It is hot. Yeah, you look at it. It's hot. Come away. Because you will get burnt if you go close to it. Hey, my goodness. Comedy show part 2. And I'm just going to stick that one there, even though it's smaller. That doesn't matter. Just slightly bend that one. I can see a bit of a glue string there. Then I'm going to put one underneath. Let's get one under there. And then just slightly bend that one off to the side. So let's move these out his way. Guys, I'm going to have to, because I know what he's like. He's a naughty boy. Right. I'm going to put in our calla lilies. No, 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 no. Yes, naughty boy. Oh, you took one of my flowers off. I'm going to have to glue that back on now. I do entice him to play. I can't help myself. So, I've pushed these right to the top as far as they will go. And again, I'm putting just a small stem on it. Oh, I thought it was chewing on something then. And I'm going to put this one upright and just sit it at the top and let it just come out as it wishes, but not too much. Oh, I'll put these this side. And again, push them to the top. Yes, young man, I know you're there. I'm going to put one here. As you can see, it's just floating down, and that makes it look really pretty. And let me move this one right to the top as well, because the stems are quite long once you've moved them right to the top. I don't need that long stem. I can replace that stem again, like I say, if I decide to take it apart or I don't sell it. No, 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 no. No. Hot glue. Baby. Let's turn that one slightly so that sticks like that. I know you want to play with them. I'm going to put them all in fact. No, leave me alone. In fact, I've got one here what's been come apart. You can have, and I've glued it so off. Have this one. Here, play with that one. He'll stop playing now because I'm doing something and they want to play with whatever I've got. Just like that. How boring is it? Isn't it? And again, I'm going to put one. Oh, goodness gracious me, Marley. Right at the bottom. It may be close to this one, but that's not a problem. Like I say, think of what, you know, it's like in your garden. How flowers, you know, mix together with each other. I'm going to put one at the back here. In fact, I might use this one, what you're not using. Let's just check it's okay. Yes, it's okay. And let's look on the other side. Because you mustn't forget the other side. And we're going to place that one there. Just like that. So you've got it like that. I could put another one here. So I may go and get one more. You stay there. Here's one more. I've got some more of these on order. I think I've got about 40 I've ordered. Honestly, these are one of my really true favourites. But I've ordered them in different colours, not just white. Let's have a look. So that's like that. Yeah, so one, no, I don't know. No, I'll put one here instead. So then that looks wispy as well. So that's all I'm going to put in of those. I will put in these blossoms. They call it the duck egg colour. So I will put in those, but I'll put those in there once I've got my, you know, some of my florals in. And again, I'm going to do the same with these. Cut these right down as well. 1, 2, 3. I want 5, 4. Oh, look at that. You're always cleaning yourself. Are you that dirty? Aren't I cruel? I don't want the leaf. And these are going to hide some of your oasis as well. I just want to see how long I'm going to need these. I'm going to have some hanging out. And then also some staying as they are. Again, you may not be able to see that one, but it's a 360. So you've got to think about the, you know, behind as well. Oh my goodness, Molly, your all body's in the way. You see now I've just moved that inside and it's just took off some of the oasis. So that's what I mean, it crumbles very easily when there's not a lot of oasis there. So I'm going to place that in a different position. Let's have a look. I'm going to put it here instead. Just going slightly up so it looks like it's coming down. Play with a leaf. And then I'm going to have a couple just slightly a little bit longer. And again, put one there so you can see it that side. And then I'm also going to put the other two around the other side. So if I just cut these. Oh, moles. Oh, you keep still. If I just have a look, see what it looks like. You see, you can see them there. So I'm going to put one here so you can see it face on. Because you don't want them all around the side. You do need to show off the flower. And I'm just sticking that one in just a little bit. So there's 3 on that side, so I will just check around here. And I'm going to put one. No. Let's have a look. Under there. So you've got that like that. So I'll turn it around, as you can see. Isn't it wonderful what you can make with your whisks? Come out the way. I think it's fabulous. So, because I've got these are quite vibrant. I want to... No. Go and play. I want to put the one hanging from the bottom, if my cat will allow it. Oh my good gracious me. Again, I've cut the stem really far down to about this one about 1 centimetre, because I do want just a little bit of it hanging. And I'm going to bring some of the calla lily through the stems as well. Oh, gosh, Marley, no, go and play. Oh. So I just want to show it off a little bit with the calla lilies coming through. And this one, in fact, I may, place at the top so it's like a bookend if you turned it on its side. Oh, here it comes again. Oh, so that one's on that side. So I'm going to place this on the opposite side and just let that sit like that. Stop meowing, there's nothing to be... What? You have got 2.5 hours left. So now I have these, and I'm going to allow some of them just to hang like that. I'm going to take that off, or if I wish, I could, because it's got a node there, if you can see. I'm going to place this bit I've just pulled off, and let's sit it there and see how that looks. So they're closer together. So let me let that hang out, hang out from the side. So I'm going to take this node off here, what I've just used, and I'm just going to do that and then stick it in. I thought I'd do a nice icy blue one. And just let that just hang by itself. And this one's got the same where you can change it And they do stick on really tough, these, so you don't need to glue them on. I've done this many times with these, and they are quite tough to even push back on, so I know it won't come off. So if I take this off and just have a little bit of a stem, do the same. Now just turn it around, everybody. I want to put one here. And allow that to do the same movement. I'll take these while you're just sat on everything, young man. And again, you can do it with this. Take this one off and place it. You could place this one actually at the top. There's nothing at the top. Got to push it in first. See, that's a bit longer, so do I want it there? Let's try it on here. I'm going to put it here. So then what, I'm going to keep the leaf on. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that off. And then I'm also going to take that off. So then it's got the little foliage with it as well. So I've got one there, one there. So what I tend to do with things what tend to hang vertical, not all the time, it depends on how I want to position it, but on some things, on florals, I will go 1, 2, 3, like a zigzag, and then that will give the balance of your floral. Let me just get it on this side, and I'm going lower down. And let that sit out that side. Then I'm going to turn the whisks around, and I'm going to do a similar thing on the opposite side. So let's move this one off again. You are a menace. I would have called you Dennis. Dennis the Menace. Oh, I can't get this one on, it's too hard. There we go. Take that node off, because we don't want that. And then a bit of the stem where I can see it sticking out. Let me just make sure that's pushed in as far as I can get it. And then do the same. So we started on this side, and then we went there, there. So now I'm going to start on this side. Just to give it that balance. Oh, that one's already done for me. So if I take that off, play with that. Doesn't matter whatever I give him, he plays with it for about 5 seconds, and then he wants to be where I, watch what I'm doing. So here I'm going to put that. I'm going to put a bit of it behind the pussy willow. Just get rid of your glue strings if you spot any, which I guarantee you will. Oh, another one's done for me, Marley. Oh, don't shout his name because he'll come to me. I should know better. And the last one, I'm going to put, in fact, I'm going to put this one right at the bottom. So I've got there, there, there. So that's that. If I just turn it around. I've got 2 little pieces left. I could, use those and dot one on one side and another one on the other. If I wish, I could put one there, or in fact, I'll put one there because that looks quite a little bit spacious at the moment. Just let that sit like that. Turn it around again. And then do it on the opposite side. Cut that down. That, I don't need that, it threads. And I'm going to put this one here on the bottom at the bottom one, but at the top like I did on the opposite. It does like to sit right in view, doesn't it? Right, I've got my blossom. I'll cut that this side because I don't trust him. And I'm cutting the little pieces off. And I'll cut that to about there. And I'm going to put all of these in because they're very airy, very wispy. They can be used. Oh no, that's a long one. I'm going to put that long one at the bottom. I don't need this stem. Oh. So, or I could put that one actually at the top. Let's put that one at the top. And I cut these with just a small stem as well. I'm going to sit that there along, up, you know, where it's in front of the handle on the whisk. And again, with these, you know, just bend them into position. You'll see little bits like these, but all these are, they're not the prongs, apart from that one. But all the others have got like little buds on. So that's part of the actual flower itself. So I'm going to take the big no, keep wanting to say node. Take the big prong off and then just now add these around to give that airiness. And I will get other things if I still think that I can fill it. Because there's plenty of space there. Oh my good gracious me, Marley. I'm going to put you outside and lock the door. Well, that made him feel like it looked like he was sulking then. Walked off sulking. I'm going to put a little one here. Just sticking out because there's not much room now there. I want one there. I have got some more of this. And I want one here. So that's at the moment how it's looking. If I just fluff things up. That's how it's looking like that. So I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the same with the blossom. There's only 2 pieces left, but I will grab some more. And I'm going to put those in as well. So I could put one here. Just slightly bend it. Just to give it, again, like I say, the natural look. And I could put one here as well. Right, let me just go and cut about another few pieces off. You'll stay there. And I want a small one. Oh, that's not got much on it. Here we go. So I use these. And if you find that that's too close to the bottom, if you have there's a little prong there, so I'll pull that off and I'll move it up. And then I'll just remove these little prongs at the bottom. So then you've repositioned it and you've made it look a bit more fuller at the top. I'm going to put one there, just bend it. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put the longest one there. Now, move that one up, I think. Just bend them again. Yeah, I was always told by my tutor many years ago, nothing's ever uniformed. Flowers. If you go into your garden, if you can find me something that's uniform, take a picture, bring it back and show me. She didn't just say that to me, she said it to all of us. We went home, I couldn't find anything. I really couldn't. So she was right, she was definitely right. So, and when she asked us and I said, did you find anything? I just said no. She just said, well, there's your answer. So, I guess she was more than, you know, oh, she was right. I can't say anything else. I'm going to put one at the bottom here as well. So that's how it's looking there. Now I've got my filler foliage in the gaps. Now this is where it will make it stand out, because at the moment basically you can just see light colours, you know, the icy blues and things like that. But this is going to, with the darker green leaves, by filling in, you know, putting one there, this will make it, excuse me, stand out more. If my cat doesn't get in my way. Move out Mummy's way. You can keep crying and you're not getting fed. Oh, move. As you can see, oh, get off. You not, don't sit in that box. I know what you all like for boxes. Oh. I spend more of my time on my videos sorting my blooming cat out. Oh, it's just a pain. And don't touch that. That is a customer's. Oh my good gracious me. And again, just now start filling in with all your little bits of foliage. And here he comes again. Oh. Yes, I know. Why can't you stop being naughty? Eh? Why can't you stop being naughty? No, because you don't want to. You just don't want to. I should have brought your mouse in again, shouldn't I? Stop scratching. Not like you've got fleas. I flea you every 3 weeks. Oh God, God. Do you count to 10 or is it just 1? Look, I will put you outside. Now stop it. If you don't stop, I'm going to put you outside and lock the door. I mean it. I'm being serious. And then he'll start scratching at the door, wanting to come in. Oh, la da da. And this is where it tends to now start looking fuller. So, and I'm not just putting one type of filler foliage in, I'm putting different types just to give that different leaf effect, so everything's just not the same. Let me see where I want this. I think I want one here. Let's clean the stems. Oh, I've just caught that. Right, let me just Wait for that to dry and I should take that off. I'll go around and do the opposite side once I've finished this side. I say a small video. I think when Marley's here, oh gosh, it makes the videos extra long. What's the weather like where everybody is? We've got it really chilly today. Really chilly. Makes you feel like it's winter. And I think they gave rain on. What are you doing? Licking in between his toe. And let's put one here. Because I will be working around. I can see quite a few. I mean, I could even put some more floral in. See, I've got a nice blue rose. Oh, I could cut. Oh, I know what I could do. Oh my goodness, I've just seen something I could do. Why didn't I think of that to start with? Put one here. If you look, this is how full it's beginning to look. From that at the back, how I did it. Now adding just that bit of filler foliage, it's bulking it up and it's giving you looking like you've got two little arrangements hanging off of one hook. Now doesn't that look lovely? And I've got lots of gaps there. So I think before I carry on, I'm going to do what I thought of earlier. Put some of these down. Right, the hydrangea, it's in duckhead blue. I've cut a couple pieces off, and what I'm going to do, let's see, let me just cut one off, because the hydrangeas are good for doing adding floral as well as filler. I'm going to dot a few of those around, if you can see it from the side, like that. So I'm going to have to put a few, picks on, just to hold them on. But I'm going to cut them relatively short. So then I can just tape them on. Get my tape. And just tape these on. You're going out because you're a pain. Yes, you're a pain. Yeah, well, go, bye-bye. I'm locking the door so you can't come in. Oh my good gracious me. Honest guys, if he just went to sleep I wouldn't be bothered, but when I'm trying to work or do a video, oh my goodness, he'll be behind the door waiting to come in, but I'm not allowing him. Right, and I've cut these really short, and I'm just where the stem is on there, where I've cut it off the main flower, I'm just putting it to the underneath the neck, and I'm going to just tape it on right from the top of the neck, and then I'm going to bring it down just below where the stem of the flower was, not right to the bottom. So I've got little little flowers like that. And again, things like this will save you a lot of pennies. It doesn't mean to say because it's a hydrangea you have to use it as a hydrangea. You could, like I'm doing, just chop it up and use it as little bits because they are beautiful, and use those. So I may take them all off, to be quite honest, and use them all, and plus the pick that's in them, I'm going to use that as well to put them on. Oh, I can hear him crying outside. It makes me feel guilty. But I've got to be strong. Do the same with all of these. Yeah, he's crying. It will. I'll probably end up opening the door. I'm just too soft with him. I don't like to hear. Never mind kiddies or babies. I just don't like to hear people cry, and whether it be an animal like the cat. Oh, I'm just too soft, too motherly. My husband says. It's just that cry. It makes me think. Makes me start thinking. Oh, he's out there in the cold. Oh, I'll let him in. That sort of guilt. You know, I'm cold, I've got a woolly jumper on. Oh, what's he feel like? And my husband many times will say, he's a cat, he's got fur, it's meant, it can take the cold. And I'm like, no, he can't, no, he can't. So I'll end up letting him in because I don't like to hear him cry. I'm just, no. When my kiddies was young as well, I just didn't like to hear them cry either. So yeah, very motherly in that way. Gosh help me when I have grandkids. They'll probably run me in, and just get everything they want off of me because I'm too soft. I'm hoping he may walk away. Oh, the crying stopped. He's probably just sat outside the door now. But I really do need to, you know, show you what I'm doing without the interruption of him. So I've got to be a bit tough. Right, so that's all of those done. I don't even know how many I've got now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to dot these around. I'm going to start, I think I'm going to turn it around because so I can get this side, a bit of this done as well, and fill these in. So and give it that little bit of colours. Well, I will say colour. It's I wanted to blend everything in. As we say, monochromatic. And if you add white to a monochromatic, it's just it's classed as a tint. That's what they class it as. By adding white to a monochromatic, it's a monochromatic and tint. So it sounds complicated. It's not. You'll soon get the, you know, the hang of things like that. Now these aren't going in any particular area. I'm just, you know, dotting them around. I will show you one in a minute. And I want some around here as well. Let me just see where that's going. I'm going to put one as a longer stem under the bottom. Just so that I'll bend it so it sits there. And I'm thinking I want one there as well. Who would have thought a whisker to take you so long? Thanks to my cat. Now these are bugging me for some reason. I think it's because they're not sitting. That's better. I want to put a bit of greenery in on this side as well. And I need some right here. And again, this will add a little bit, you know, make the colours stand out, even though they're quite light. Maybe put some of the ivy in as well. Let's have a look. If I put a different one up there. If you can see again, we're starting to fill it up. These are quite big, so I'm going to do these as one instead of a group. Cut that one down. And I may dot some ivy into it as well. Now that wasn't stuck to anything, so I'm going to have to bend that. Get a floral wire, because there's no stem with this bottom one. And there's not an hole to put anything through. So I'm just going to, you know, put it over there in the centre, bring it down, and then I'm just going to wrap that around the longest piece of the stem. So it's like doubling up on it. And then I'm going to get a piece of this wire to keep it in shape so it stands where it is. Take the rest of that wire off and then now tape it. He's stopped crying. It's probably gone away because I've not opened the door. And there we have it. So that's a different one. We'll put that there because that looks like it looked lovely there. I need one there as well. Take that big bit off. And I'm going to put one up here. And I can see a few bits at the side, so I'm going to put some at the side. I've got still some hydrangeas left. I don't think this one will go in, it looks a bit too soft. Oh, it has. It's proved me wrong. Let me just have a look down the side here. There's one there. What have I put on? Let me just turn it around and then I'm going to just put some of these hydrangea bits in here. Let's have a look. I may want to here. Well, my youngest son's at work today, bank holiday, and he's had to work. He's training to become the supervisor and then he's going into the management. I don't know how much as long is left on his supervisory course, but his boss turned around and said to the assistant manager, I want my most reliable staff member to be working on bank holiday. So he went straight to our Jordan and I said, Jordan, will you work bank holiday? Well, Jordan, he'll do anything. He's very, very kind. He just said, sure, of course I will. And he said, I knew I could rely on you. And I thought that was very sweet. I think I want one there. I'm going to grab another couple, I think, off another one. I won't be a moment. I've got that many. So I might take. So we'll do the same with this. Sometimes there can be a lot of wiring, but you know, you don't, it's not, you know, it's all right for me to say, you know, prepare everything before you start. But sometimes you don't know if, you know, once you've used everything, and you may think, oh, I could add another like I've just done. So you don't know until, you know, you actually do start, whether, well, get to this probably stage, if you want to add something else. So you can't prepare everything, you know, it's, if you've got a plan and you know what you're doing and you know how big it's going to be, you know, like I did with the funerals, I knew how many flowers to order, you know, for certain sized funerals, or even wedding bouquets and things like that. But and that's in fresh and dry, for artificial. So you tend to know, especially if you're doing the tribute ones. I used to buy 3 bunches for the bottom, 3 bunches of chrysanthemums for 1 letter. So this, if you buy the word dad, so that's 9 bunches. But then I'd add an extra bunch on, because sometimes you may get some where the heads have snapped off and you may run out, you haven't got enough heads to put on. So I always ordered 1 extra to be on the safe side. But then if I didn't need it, I'd make myself my own arrangement and put it in my house. Just like that. So that's how I used to do it. And when I did the fresh, why waste them? You know, I don't see the point. So I always say, make yourself something up with your leftovers, especially in fresh. I'm going to put one there, I think. What's one like at the side? I think I could put one at the side. I'll keep that longer stem on, so because it goes through everything I can see. Just fluff up, you know, just by fluffing bits up. I may put actually a calla lily hanging on this side as well. Let me just look at this side. I think one needs to go there. Or, in fact, no, here at the top. So I've got 2, one there I can see immediately. Good. Or shall I, if I put it behind, let me just see, behind the flower, bring the flower forward. I always check for gaps, always. Could put one there. Wants to be pushed down slightly a bit more. Where did I go with the other one? There. If you think as well, another tip as well, if you've only got big leaves left and you want it smaller, cut them. Just follow it around and just cut it smaller. Follow the shape. Because I think this one's slightly a bit too big. I'll go from this side. Even if you've got crimping scissors, you know, when you want a fancy bit on the end, use your crimping scissors. And then you've got a smaller leaf. See, and that will save you looking for or using some of your foliage as well. and use this out of your oddments to just put in the little bits and just shape them up. It all helps. I do try to, you know, save on things, and I'd like to show that, you know, people that you can do it. Right, that's the, well, one of the sides. I don't know whether it's the front or the back, because it's going to be 360, it's going to be hanging, so it's just going to be going around like that. So let me just straighten that white leaf up from the maple. That's better. I can see some there. So it's a case of, let me have a look at my vines. I want to check the vines and have a look what we can put. Oh my goodness, this is like rummaging through your kid's bedroom trying to get to carpet. Oh right, let's see. Do I put, oh my good gracious me, I have got lots of vines. I don't want to take it much out of what I'm doing, so I just take the odd bit of eucalyptus leaves to add another texture. I don't know how many I'm going to need, I'll just bring a few. So I'm just going to, because these are, you know, the silver dollar, they will add a nice texture as well. Because I can see a gap there, I want to fill it. Just hold it. Put it under there, like that. It doesn't matter if you're hiding that's the handle, you know, because you want to try and make it look, if you wish, I mean it's your decision, join it up like you would if it was a swag, and just do, you know, a vertical swag instead of a triangular one. You could give off that impression as well. Just manoeuvre that one around because they do twist. Like that, and sit that there. Now I've got some gaps there. I can see a glue string and another one. You will tend to see your glue strings more once it's dried. Right, let me just look from this side. See, now that's quite full. Oh, one there at the back I can see. Just in between here. Have that sticking out slightly. Or if you wish, you could also put a bow in the centre. If you want to put a bow in. Now let me, oops, one's dropped off. Right, let's have a look where that's come from. I can't find it. So I'm going to put it on a bit of a pick. Glue it in. I'll do it like that. can't remember which side it were. Was it that side? I think it was this side. Keep my hand there. And I think, everybody, that's all done. Let me just turn it around, fluff it up. Yeah, I think with me having that one left, I'm going to stick this one in. I'll find a gap. Stick it there. So that's what we've got. So I mean, that's come away, well, it's not come off, but that can hang there if you'd like it to hang there or at the side. I mean, I shall leave it wherever it wishes to hang, really. There, looks quite nice. So that's what you have from 2 whisks for £2.50, 2 whisks from B&M, and you've made yourself a little hanging arrangement, a vertical one. Now, isn't that good? Very cheap, and use your oddments. So how, you know, this is just guesswork. I have put some new stems in, but if you used oddments and you've got flowers in oddments and also greenery, you could be just spending £2.50 on 2 whisks and then putting your oddments in, and you could be selling it for like £20, £25. So think of the profit. I always say, if you're selling something to somebody, the first thing you should do before anything is times all your floral by 3. So if you're, say like, I don't know, the hydrangea, hypothetically, if that was like £3, you charge the customer £9. That's the name of the game, guys. If you don't do that, you're not going to get a profit. So it would be £9 for 1 stem. So that's £9 added onto their bill. If these was £1 a bunch, and you only used 1 of the bunch, I forgot what I said. Was it 3? Say if it was £1 a bunch, and so you times it by 3, that's £3. So, and then you add everything up individually, and then add your labour on. Whichever you charge yourself an hour, say if it's £10, then you add your £10. If you had delivery on, add your delivery costs on. If you're posting it, add your postage on as well. And but you always times your flowers and your foliage by 3. But if you've got 5 stems on a bunch and you're only using 1, and you've times it by 3, then you have to take minus 4 off it, because you're only using 1. So then you have to divide 1 by 5, which obviously, you know, is 1. So you just charge them £1. If the stem's £5 for the bunch, you charge them 1 because you're using 1. That's how you do it. It's very simple once you get the hang of it. It took me a while, you know, when I first started my business, my husband had to help me, but I got it in the end. I really did. And if it helps you even more, draw out an order sheet or a sheet that I did to help me, and I'd put on it what they wanted and how much they wanted to spend and what colour foliage and then all flowers, and then I'd have to put whatever that came to, you know. So like if it was £1 a stem, you charge them 3, so they can only have 1 stem for £3. So that adds on to, say if they wanted to spend £50, and you do it like that, and then plus you add on, you have to take away from that £50 your hourly rate. So you could do it if it's going to take you 2 hours, then you take £20 off, and then they get £30 worth of flowers and foliage. It's just the name of the game. because otherwise you're not going to make a profit. You know, you're going to end up with a loss, and that's how it becomes. So you have to think ahead like that. Draw, like I say, draw a little, write something down on a piece of paper, you know, and how much you charge for delivery, or for postage, your wages, and then whatever's left out of what they want, you know, pay, say like £50, that's how much floral they'll get, and that's what you'll make up, because you need to be paid, and you need to get a profit. And I was also thinking as well, before we finish, I've got a bag here. Oops, excuse the noise, guys. I've just dropped one of the picture frames. There's nothing in it. These are my Christmas thing. Well, bag. There's an idea, if you don't want to pay lots of money for, and I'll go and get the other, and I'll just grab one just to give you an idea. I mean, I've got these all in a bunch, but I'll show you just as an idea. Some metal rings. Now, if you don't want to pay the price of a wreath, Christmas wreath with the spruce on, grab a metal ring. They're very cheap. Buy a garland, 10 foot, 6 foot, whichever. Attach that around with the tie wraps around it, like that, all the way around, and then just fluff up all your spruce. And then if you have flowers, you stick your flowers to the spruce. That's what you do. That's another cheaper way if you can't afford, because the Christmas garlands can be very expensive. If you know, so I've got in there must be about 5 garlands, 10 foot long, and I've done it before where I've attached them to a metal ring. If I take these off, I can never do it when there's more than one. It just makes it too fussy for me. And I'll show you. This is just another idea to save on pennies. Get a ring, whatever size. Obviously you're going to cut the end bit off and you're going to start there. So let me just bend that over. So pretend I've cut that off. First of all, attach it with a tie wrap around the ring and pull and cut it off. Once you've done that, and you've gone all the way around, let me take that off now, and you've gone all the way around your ring like that, you have a wreath, and you just fluff it up into whatever direction you wish to have it. And then you've also got the frame to attach if you want a sign in it, your bow or anything. And that's another cheaper way of making your own wreaths without having to have a lot of money. Because I got these from my wholesalers and they were 20p each. 20p. I got this. Where did I get this? Amazon. And this was £7. £6.99. And I got that at 10 foot long. So 20p, £6.99. And you're not going to be using it all. Think of the cost. Think of your cost. Always think of it. Don't try and go under. Try and make a profit. The customers won't know because you don't tell them. So, you know, it's your business. You keep the financial side to yourself. They're just there, like I said at the beginning, to see what they've got at the end. The quality and the time, care and attention that you pay to it. And by doing this, you're going to save a lot of pennies. I hope that gives you an idea. So, try it. I've tried it and I've done it many a times, because you don't just have to have the wreaths where they've got, you know, the grapevine wreaths and then attach your spruce onto that. You can. I've done that as well. And that's very time consuming. Very, very time consuming. I've had to wire them all through. But this is a much easier way. Use a garland, attach it with a tie wrap all the way around, you know, every couple of inches attach it, because garlands are strong and they do move. And then fluff it all up and you have a wreath ready to use for Christmas. I hope that helps, guys. I just thought I'd let you know. Another tip of the trade. So I'll put that away shortly. So, like I said again, I hope all these tips that I'm giving you are going to save you costs, because they definitely saved me costs in the past and also to this present day. So if you want to try that, give it a go. It's much easier. And well, I wouldn't say it's much easier, because if you buy one ready-made, you can buy them for £4 or £5, but some of them will look very sparingly. There's not much spruce on them. I mean, I've got a Christmas garland up there what's got snow, and it's also got on it already the berries and the cones. But I tend to add things like cinnamon sticks, you know, all sorts of things like that to it. Odd bits of dried, you know, sliced oranges or limes, you know, things like that. So there's another way of making your own. Very, very easy. So after all that chatting, and I said I was only doing a small video. Oh, we've been going a while, but who cares? I don't. I love it. And I just want to say thank you all so much for your messages, especially your photographs. They are absolutely stunning. I love them. You know, keep it up. You're wonderful at what you're doing, everybody. And the more you do it, the better you can only get. You can't go backwards. You can only go up. And that's the way you're all going. So well done to you all. And keep it coming. So I'm going to get going, because I'm going to get my kids now to start preparing me something to eat, because I am starving. So all the best, and I shall see you again tomorrow. So I hope you like that. Please subscribe and share to your friends and family, and give us a thumbs up if you like what I've done out of something so simple. So, like I say, take care everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.